All right, we are now live. Welcome to the Candy Shop. I'm Candace.
I'm Hannah.
And this is Mimosa Monday, where we talk about some hot topics. We've been reviewing the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So we're gonna review that, but I have a little bit of tea afterwards that I think I'm going
Ooh,
to share. I don't know how true it is though, because it's a mess. It's a hot mess
I
tea.
want the tea.
We can talk about Housewives of Atlanta first. So overall, this episode, I'll just give my overall opinion first. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot better than what they usually have. Like it wasn't as boring. I like seeing Drew interact with the girls. I think that's what was missing because her with her husband, I don't know the hell who Drew is or her husband. Why the hell do I care about watching them? So her with with the rest of the girls was very entertaining. What are your overall thoughts before I break down some of the scenes?
My overall thoughts was this was my least favorite episode. I told you that I don't like. I guess because I think what made me not like it. It started off of just everything over the place, and I don't like Drew's husband or her. So I was like, yeah, it's not my lead. It was better action towards the end of the episode. I'm going to be honest. So the end of the episode made me like it more, but the beginning I was like, yeah, I'm not watching this.
It reminded me of True Housewives episodes because they always do a teaser to lead up to the better episode. And
Yes.
so last week they showed that trailer that they showed was a mid-season trailer. And so we saw a few episodes in one. So yesterday's episode was good. So it started off with Kenya and Latoya. Actually, no, it started off with Drew and her husband, and I guess now
Mhm.
I forgot all about them, and they were talking about the dinner. We're moving from them, going to Kenya and Latoya. Now, I don't like Kenya anymore. I don't like Latoya. I know Kenya exchanged her lingerie with Latoya.
I don't know what is going on between them two, but it's like, can you just need somebody to love her?
Yes, and it's sad. That's all I'm gonna say. It seemed kind of sad. The part that was funny though to me was when they talked about how they were gonna get to the vacation, and she's like, "I got a private jet," and the girl's like, "My sugar mama comes through, my sugar mama." Like, shut up.
Shut the F up.
And then Drew calls. Drew does the good thing. She invites both of them to her house, which is funny. And it was funny that she did find out then about the private jet, but later on we'll get to that.
I mean,
So, oh, go
okay,
ahead.
when we get to that part, I will say my opinion because I didn't see anything wrong with it. I'm just
With what Drew did.
no. Oh, I'm over Drew and her hair. Uh, no, I'm not. I was actually okay with Kenya getting a private jet.
Yeah, I'll say this because I know people think about like class and the courteous thing to do. Like you, I don't mind them leaving on a jet, but then if you put me on a bus, it's no air and
That's
it's
fine.
raggedy. I'm gonna feel the type of way because I usually I go with the flow up with stuff, but in that sense, I know me. I would have been like, you know what? I'm not getting on. Like if the
I
bus
get
had no air,
my own jet.
what'd you say?
I would get my own jet, but I feel like this is not their first vacation, and no other lady has ever that planned the trip has ever put anybody on a private jet. So why did y'all expect Kenya to put y'all on her private jet? I could see if
I think
every time someone else planned the vacation, they all put people on a private jet, and that was your thing. But Kenya and Candy planned vacation before. Nene planned one. Everyone planned one before, and no one has put someone in the whole entire cast on a private jet. And I'm with her. If I could take my child, my nanny, and my whatever, I don't know what Toya is, her minion, and I'm spending less than $50,000, yeah, I'm not spending $50,000 for y'all because they would have talked about her on the private jet.
Yeah, I think they were more wanting her to ride with them on the bus
Yeah,
versus them
understandable.
riding in the private jet. And secondly, with it being a girls trip, when I go on a girls trip, I don't expect any of my girls to bring their child. So
True. But the only, because I used to like Kenya, but this episode made me not like her. And I told you I was Team Kenya, but this episode made me really not like her. But the
Mhm.
only thing that those girls don't realize, Kenya don't have what y'all have. Y'all can have y'all mothers and the father and everybody else come. She literally just has her. She's not close with her
The nanny
family.
though that is traveling with them.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not close with her family. Her husband is MIA. So
Yeah.
just like you can leave your husband, leave your Candy, you can leave your child with your husband. Portia, you can leave your child with Dennis, and you still with Dennis. Not for, he's not
What
the
is
person.
purple henny?
Taylor's Port.
Is what?
Taylor's Port.
Oh, I never had that.
It's a wine that's so strong.
A port wine. I've had port wine before, but not
Taylor's
that.
Port is so strong. It really is. When I first let him taste it, he was like, "This wine," because he can drink me under the table. There, he was stuck off of that Taylor's Port. He was not moving.
I think I've seen it. It's like in a big. It's a big
Yeah, they
bottle.
have a big one. They have a skinny bottle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like they're upset at her. But y'all actually have more than she has at this moment. Like she wish she could leave her child probably with her husband and go on a trip. She said the same thing. So y'all mad at her for bringing her child, but none of y'all as parents ask, can y'all bring your child either? Y'all can't get mad at her when as a parent I'd be like, do we bring our kids or not? That would have been my first thing if I had a new child. But y'all didn't ask, so I don't feel as though if I'm planning a trip, I'm supposed to tell you if you don't ask.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel some type of way about it, just a little bit, because she has a nanny that she's bringing. The nanny actually could have stayed at her house with the baby.
True.
And then she even though I know she doesn't have like her mom, she does have her aunt who raised her like a daughter plus her cousin. And I wonder who's watching the child when Kenya goes to those other events. So I understand, but open it up for everybody else to bring their nanny and kids, I guess. Like just say it, because they probably just assume since this is a girls trip, like she said.
I'm not bringing kids on a girls trip.
Yes, exactly. Me neither. I'm gonna turn all the way up and
All
be
the
like,
way up.
"What kids?"
I got kids. You got kids. Who got kids this weekend?
Yeah. So that's the
Yeah.
only thing. But I understand. The only reason why I understand what Kenya did is because of what she's going through with Mark, and she wants to. I would think she wants to make sure her child is on hers, just so he won't try any sneaky business or anything like that, because he seemed crazy like that.
Candace, I was about to say, what you never know. What if she left the nanny? Then he came to the house
Mm-hmm.
and took the child to New York, and you can't find her. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I kind of see her reason. It was wrong what she did, but I understand why. As a parent, and as a parent who was going through a rough custody battle just to move out of state, I kind of understand
Yeah.
what was her reasoning. But it's how you do it.
Yeah. So I understand that the private jet, all that. I wouldn't have been that offended, but I just know me, if I would have been on a bus and having to drive, like, because Savannah is like, I think 4 or 5 hours from here. So having to ride on a bus for that long with no air,
To
I
South
would,
Carolina,
or that's where they were going to South Carolina.
girl, yeah. First of all, I'm not catching nobody's
that's
bus.
actually 6 hours. I
Yeah,
don't know
they
why I thought
said
they were
it.
going to Savannah.
Thanks.
Um, So yeah, I would have been upset. I know me, and I would have got off that goddamn bus, and I wouldn't have been talking to Kenya for at least a day.
Let me tell you something. When you said I'm taking a bus, the longest I took a bus was from Miami to Key West. And I didn't even know Miami and Key West was there for. I'm like, well, it's probably like an hour. We got on the bus. I think it was like 4 hours.
Well, I've only taken a bus one time in my life. Well, a few times, but that was when I was a kid,
Yes.
and it was through school. But other than that, as a child, we flew or drove places. Like, and I rather ride in the car with my family versus being on some bus
I would
with
walk.
community air.
I would walk first. Let's start with that.
But the bus looked nice. The seats looked comfortable, but the no air part is what would have had me hot. Well, literally like hot and also mad hot.
My thing was though, what type of people chartered that bus? Because I have been on, like, my church used to do buses, and if it was no air, they would get a new bus before we pulled off. So
I don't
I'm
know.
trying to figure out why y'all even let that bus pull off with no air. Like, it's not like y'all were catching a flight. Y'all can get there whenever y'all want to. There's no way I'm pulling off in the middle of Georgia And Georgia heat is like none other.
Hot. Yeah. Very hot and
I'm
humid.
not pulling in South Carolina heat's hot. I'm not going nowhere with no air. It's like not happening.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what they was thinking,
The
but
moment we
they,
pulled up with no air, I'm like, you out to find me another bus, sir. Turn this around.
yeah, going back to the show, when they finally get there, I thought Kenya and Latoya were very generous in how they assigned the rooms. I don't think
Me
Marlo should be
too.
mad because Marlo is not even on the I mean, she's not like
And you
a
always talk
real
trash
cast.
about Kenya.
What'd you say?
And you talk trash and told Latoya, don't you trust Kenya? She gonna run away. My thing is,
Exactly.
I don't like when, my whole thing is, I don't feel as though Marlo should have said that. You should have let Kenya and what you call
Let
them
Latoya
form
form
a
her own
relationship.
opinion.
But Marlo and Kenya relationship is weird because even on Instagram, I be seeing Marlo having pictures with Brooklyn. So y'all really not that mad at each other.
I think it's for the show.
It's for the show because literally you be in Brooklyn be in your pictures with you and your nephews. So clearly y'all all get along outside of the show. My thing is, if y'all didn't like each other, there's no need to fake it on the show. That the fakeness is what I don't like. Like you can tell Candy, Kenya, and Cynthia are really genuinely friends because
Mhm.
outside of that, it on it, Candy and them really be having her back. But don't fake it just for a storyline. But I also think they could give Drew Peach to Marlo because I'd rather see Marlo than Drew and her whatever her husband is any day.
Like I said, I like Drew with the girls. I know she's an actress,
I like that part with them.
she was very entertaining with the girls, especially when she asked Kenya like, "How y'all getting there?" I'm like, "Oh!" And then when Kenya
Right?
actually at that dinner though, and what she had on, and she was like, "See, Kenya came in what she has, and she can do." I'm like, "Girl, the shade." Like she threw some real shade.
You know what I feel like though? I'm gonna be honest, and I got this ever since Kim came back. I feel like some of them girls literally watch that show and know that Kenya likes to be confrontational and will come for her. Because even when Kim came back, everybody was telling Kim at the reunion, like, Kenya didn't say anything to you. You came on the show starting beef with her for no reason. And I
Yeah,
really feel like some of those girls do that to get more of a storyline because that was kind of just unnecessary. I mean, I don't like. I mean, I actually okay with Drew, but her husband annoys me. Like, and I
he
like
didn't
her.
annoy me in that sense. At the dinner, he was all right.
He was okay there, but it's just something about him. I can't put my finger on it, but it's just something about him that does not sit right at all. He seems like I definitely think he's cheating. No man leaves his house for 3 days and does not come back and check in because first of all, if my man go, I don't we don't even ask each other everywhere we going. But if we leave out, I'll be back. I'm going to a store or whatever. But if we don't come back within an hour or two, we not calling. But we know we gonna be back before the sun go down. We know we
Mm-hmm.
ain't gonna be out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. He goes for 3 days,
Yeah,
and
my
she's not just married. She's married with a broken leg and 3 kids.
that's why I would have been
And
like,
he's
"Oh,
going.
okay." The locks would have been changed when he got back.
Thank you. What
Like,
house
"Oh,
you
you
coming
live
in?
here?" Yeah.
Who? 24 hour. I have done it. I ain't gonna lie. I have called a 24-hour locksmith. My ex-husband decided to come home. It was like 5:35 in the morning. And he put that key and it was nothing. I called the locksmith at 12:22 in the morning, dead serious. And he was right there by like one something and locks was changed. I was like, oh,
Mm-mm.
I thought you wasn't coming home. I didn't know. 24-hour locksmith. It's possible. Locks has changed. You don't let the sun beat you home. Ain't
Yes.
nothing open but legs at that type of hour. In 3 days,
Yes. Mm-mm-mm. See, yeah, he would have after the first day, the first 24 hours that would have been it for me. Like, oh, okay, and
not
then
the
he
first
didn't.
24.
Oh yeah, then he didn't tell her where he was going. She couldn't get in touch with him. Yeah, we're done.
I forgot she said she couldn't reach
Yeah.
him.
And we got kids. My thought process would be, unless he has the camera in his phone. I forgot he keeps cameras on everybody, so he probably can check his phone and see what
Oh
they
my
do.
God, I
So
forgot
that's
about
why
that. That's creepy.
it really would have been done then. Like you get to see what's going on with me, and you can check on me, but I don't even know what's going on with you.
I forgot he lied. Remember he lied and said that he wasn't checking.
He
Was he
was.
checking to see was she leaving the house to check up on him? I wonder.
He could be. He said the cameras are set up to make sure they're safe, but they're set up so he can check to see when she's coming. Because I'm sure, like I have a friend, she has cameras in her home. She can easily go on her phone and look at the cameras when she's not at home. So I know he can do that. Yeah, I know he can do that.
That's it's just too much control there. Like even the way he was trying to describe her scooter, like I need to like this. What you do, sir? Let me get on this scooter. I'm not 5 years old. I'm a grown ass woman. Grown behind woman. Let me get on this scooter and let me figure myself out. He's very controlling. But you can tell she genuinely loves that man. But I don't see genuine on his side. I just see him as
if he acts like how he acted when the girls are there, then yes, I see why she loves him because he seems so nice.
Been there. I think that's why I don't like him. He just seems like a narcissist to me. I'm sorry. Like he's very controlling. He wants things done his way. He feels as though he can do whatever, but she can't do anything.
And then gaslight.
When he told before, I think I need to give you a list to tell you what to do and everything. Like what? Like what?
Yeah, he treats her like a child.
He do. Even when she was trying on outfits. First of all her outfits was trash that she tried on.
I like the black one.
I hate them all. That gray romper. I don't need you in a romper at 30 something.
Well, I was gonna say I like the black one with it because it was sheer at the top. That's something I would have worn on the beach, especially with the weight that I'm in.
Cute, but that gray and that pink one.
Yeah, I didn't like none of those. She
looked like she was the first lady.
You know what? This is how I view Drew. Her and Eva are from California, and California people are on a total
level
length than us. And like, remember they talked about how Eva couldn't dress, and it's a California thing.
I love how Eva dressed though.
Oh, they talked about it.
They did, but I actually liked how Eva dressed because I feel like Eva was her own style.
And I feel like Drew is kind of her own style, but it's that California thing. Like they can literally walk out the house in a t-shirt, jeans, and flip-flops all the time.
But their hair be nice. What's up with the wigs?
See, I don't have a problem with her wigs. The only wig that I didn't like was that white blonde one. It looked like white blonde. I could not stand that. I want her to take
I liked her hair the other day.
Yeah, I like that long ponytail.
That was really cute on her. That was perfect. Like that's her. I don't like the curly big Diana Ross wig she had on.
Oh yeah, I hated that one.
That's trash.
When she put that on, I was like, man,
what are you wearing?
Her husband, how does this look with the outfit? I thought he was saying no to the wig too.
I thought he was like, take it all off. Because there's no way. He is not letting me walk out the house like he was like, nail big. Man, come on. Come on here.
Yes.
But he was too much for me. He was like, yeah, girl, give me a twerk. I'm like,
because she knew she looked bad.
Horrible. But I need my husband to tell me. That's why we're married. I need you to tell babe, no. Don't have me out on these streets looking crazy. You don't co-sign on this. Because I wouldn't have you looking like this because when we leave this house, we represent this household. And despite what outside people, I'm not about to have you walking out here looking crazy, but he really was letting her walk out there looking like whatever. That's another reason why I think he creeping. He can care about us.
I think Drew is a very pretty girl, but I think she's very pretty. Because if you look at her, I don't know if you remember her back 10, 15 years ago when she was on the game and all that. Her and Latoya Luckett had very similar styles with the long hair and they look similar. And then I remember her trying to be a singer too. So when she sang, I meant to mention that. When she sang on the show, she sounded good. No, it was hilarious when they cut the Portia singing. Portia? What the hell, Portia?
They could have left that out.
She was like, I sing it first. Like, girl, no.
Portia can't catch no tone, no beat.
I died laughing on that part because Drew sounded actually really good. It was a pleasant voice, a nice little voice. But they played that Portia. I was like, ma'am.
Not ma'am. Ma'am is the full shade.
Yes, but no, I like Drew. I just feel like, for one, I like her because she reminds me of a lot of my friends from California, and like I said, her and Eva are very similar. It's almost like they wanted to bring an Eva type character in. They wanted some type of actress or model. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
like,
Think of that.
yeah, I like her. But I don't think she's gonna be a good fit for the show. They keep doing it too because they brought in Kim Fields, Regine. Then they brought in the other girl with Eva that was in what was that group? Was it three? Not 3LW. What was the name of that group? Black. That was in Black. Remember with her husband? She was married to Ronnie DeVoe.
She sure enough was.
Yeah, and then
I was so happy she left the show. She was too loose.
Now I know I like to drink and I'm a lush, but I've never been like
I've never threw up. Like, that's ridiculous. She was throwing up in Needy closet, her shoes, pumping on Tanya. It was too much.
But have you noticed they keep trying to add black actresses to this particular franchise? Because the only other franchise that I can think of that had kind of famous people is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Now they have some.
Oh yes. That's my show.
Yes, but
it's going, so I don't watch it anymore.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a long time. But I watched the original, like when what's the guy Frazier? I forgot his real name.
Oh, Kelsey Grammer.
Yes, when his wife was on there, that was when I watched it.
Like, I've always hated Camille. Like, when they were married, I didn't like her because I really like Kelsey Grammer. Mm-hmm. I was so happy he divorced her. I was like,
she was all about money. And
remember, she got all that settlement, and she literally said at his bed, she was like, "Well, I deserve all this money because I read him books on his bedside when he had a heart attack." Girl, what? You read him books? You ain't administer aid. You ain't help, and he was saying that was 3 days after his mom died. He had that heart attack. That's I would have divorced her too. Like, you gonna read me books, girl? Take you and your book fair and go.
My favorites on that show were Kyle and her sister. Her sister was like an alcoholic too.
Kyle.
Why you hate all the?
I don't like Kyle. I don't like Lisa Vanderpump. Lisa Vanderpump is my favorite.
She had the money.
I don't like Lisa Rinna at all. I'll take Kyle over Lisa Rinna any day.
I like Lisa Rinna because I used to watch her on Days of Our Lives.
I remember her and she was okay with Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
But she still got them same flips.
I know. Her look has not changed. Whatever she's doing.
Girl, reinvent yourself.
Yeah, she looks the same. But I recently had started trying to watch it again, and they had the black lady on there from Jamie Foxx show, Fancy.
So I have not saw Garcelle. The last episode.
Garcelle Beauvais. Is that her name?
Yeah, and I don't know why she's on there. I saw the last season I saw was with Denise Richards, and that was the last season of Lisa Vanderpump.
Because she went to Vanderpump Rules. I think that's her show.
Well, she was already on there, but that last season they really did her very dirty. And you can even she said that she was like they didn't have a storyline all season, and they literally created a storyline to just drag her. And even when she left and quit, they dragged her on a reunion. Like, she's not here. Like, why are y'all still talking about her?
She had the most money out of them because didn't her and her husband own like the Clippers or something like that?
They have money.
Yes, like real money.
And Kyle tries to have the money she has, but you don't have and they have like 30 restaurants.
Kyle is related to the Hiltons. Were they the ones that were related to their
cousin or whatever? But remember, they was talking about that reunion. They was saying how Kyle and I forget the other girl, their husbands owe like millions of dollars of people with money. And Kyle was mad that people brung it up. She was like, "Oh, he doesn't own that. He doesn't even touch that much money." First of all, I wouldn't say my husband was not touching that much money. I wouldn't even say that. I don't care how mad I am. My husband touched all the money.
Yeah. So, no, but I just liked her because she looked like Demi Moore to me.
She did, but I didn't see her. Did you see her old face? I didn't know she looked like
No, I know her and her sister were supposed to be child actresses, and one, I think her sister was on Little House of the Prairie,
she was.
but I didn't
So
see
Google
how.
Kyle's old face.
Now
And
you gonna
she,
make
remember
me.
how Kylie used to look before?
Yes. Don't tell me. Oh my God! Don't tell me it's
They
so.
had it on, they had something. I was on Google and then I was searching, I was looking for something on Housewives. And they start, you know how they do them things at the bottom? And it was like
Mhm.
housewives that got plastic surgery, old face to new face.
She looks. Eek! It's like horrible. Oh
Horrible.
my God!
That wasn't Demi Moore back then.
Yeah, can you see that? That like.
Yes, that's the old face. She must have went near. It was like, this is what I want, Demi.
Yeah, she looks like Demi
Because
Moore
Demi
now.
looks good even now, and that's
Mhm.
all her.
Chicago. Oh my God! Now I don't like her no more, ma'am.
I shouldn't have told you. I shouldn't have
Yeah,
told
just
you.
ruined it.
I was like, I didn't. When I was on Google and I saw that, I was like,
Yes.
"Who
Mm-mm.
face do you have?"
Yeah, that does not look good at all. So, but yeah, going. We done went all the way to Housewives of Beverly
We
Hills.
definitely did.
Going back to Atlanta, I just feel like they've lately been trying to get like a actress, because I'm surprised Vivica Fox hasn't done it. I think there were rumors once that Vivica Fox was going to be there. So now they have Drew, who she's, even though she's an actress, she's not that known. Um, but I mean, it's all right, I
I would
guess.
have rather Vivica.
Yeah, but Vivica might feel like she's too big for it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I feel like Kim Phillips shouldn't have did that. Like Kim Phillips is a brand. I don't feel like that was even her. Like
I
I
know.
would not, if I was her husband or her team, I would have told her, do not do this show. And I'm going to side with you, Candace. I want Nene back.
Yes, Nene
I
adds some spice. I
I
love
want
Nene's
Nene back.
shade that she throws at them,
I want Nene back. Nene
especially
is it.
the old Nene. One of my favorite shady Nene
Not the
moments.
last season Nene. I hated that
Oh
Nene.
yeah, no,
I
I
hated
want the Nene back when Sheree was dating that doctor, and Nene was like,
the ghetto. Yeah, the ghetto. I need that Nene.
and that guy, I remember he was like, "Yes, I am a doctor," and I'm like,
Yeah,
"Wait,
I
he's
forgot.
okay to call himself
He
a
was
doctor."
a scam artist, wasn't he?
Yes, that's like one of my all-time favorite
I
Housewives
forgot.
episodes.
And Candy exposed them first. She was like, dang.
Yeah.
Candy was actually the original bone collector. She was just low with it. Sheree
Yeah.
was out with it, but Candy actually knew. Or you know why too? Because Candy's the only one originally from Atlanta her whole life, so
Mhm.
she knows everything.
Yes. Yes. But that was one of my favorite
I
episodes.
forgot. Oh, I forgot about Shady.
Mm-hmm.
And then
But
Sheree had the gel man. Lord, Sheree
yeah,
done went
she
prison break, everything.
and then her actual husband was a mess.
She might as well got back with him.
No, but did you see on the season that they were gonna get back together? He was like abusive or something,
He was.
or yelling at her, and then he was like, "I should choke you," and whatever he was
And then
telling
she
her.
was
Like,
saying, but you know what's crazy? When Kenya brought it up about how she was going through it, Matt, and Sheree was like, "Well, I've never been through nothing like that. Why would you say that?" And then to come out that he used to be abusive to her. So
yeah,
you just cussed Kenya out and call her a liar when she was telling the actual truth. When y'all could have actually bonded at that moment.
probably didn't want to accept what happened to her.
Yeah,
So,
you going off, and then I'd have been like,
yeah,
well. Because she
yeah.
cut Kenya out. And Kenya was trying to tell her, like, I'm going through this right now. And I know you've been through that. Meanwhile, you were. And abuse is not anything to be mad at someone else about, but the person who abused you.
Yes, and she was still going through it too. But we can end the conversation here with Housewives. I'm going to get to my little tea.
What's the tea?
It's not that big, but this is something that I caught on Facebook. It was sent to me, and I don't know how true it is, but I watched the show Love and Marriage Huntsville, and it has
Yeah.
little married couples and all that. Well, apparently there's some club there called Hideaway or Hideout something 2.0 that is like a strip club, but people are staying in the basement, that they have private rooms for sex, and that some of the married cast members from that show frequent this dungeon. Now, no, this story blew up on Facebook. I just happened to like see all the stuff about it. And so that the guy who owns the club is now trying to say that somebody was tarnishing his name or something like that. And there, one of the people from the show, Sadark, he's like one of the supporting cast. He came on the girls' post trying to go off it. Yeah.
Boy.
Yes.
You know those sex clubs be real.
Exactly. But yeah, the cast frequents this place. And of course we know, well, I know you've heard, I don't know, do you watch the show?
No, so when you told us about me, Bert and I was supposed to start watching it, and we just did not. I started watching Salt Lake City.
Oh, well, Salt Lake City is good too, because Jen is crazy.
Oh, Jesus, Jen is crazy. But
she's more crazier than Mary. Mary is like just cuckoo.
Mary's slow.
Yeah, something is
the elevator not going all the way up. Jen needs help. Like, she really needs help. And I don't think that she knows it, but she needs like AA, rehab, everything.
Yeah, I like Meredith and Lisa. Is that their names? Because they're so classy. Like when they was arguing, Meredith was like, I don't know.
Me too, because Whitney's in her own world.
Yeah. But yeah, when they were bringing all that.
You got me ready to. We have to watch this because I really have to watch this.
Love and Marriage Huntsville. It's good. It's starting.
I put up on I don't know. I don't have any shows to watch now. Like we tried to watch movies this weekend, and
well, Love and Marriage starts this Saturday. That starts, and I can't wait to see it because now it's unfolding. Martell and Melanie's divorce. The side chick, we don't know if she's had her baby because she's staying real quiet about it.
There's too many side babies out here.
Yes.
Do you watch Black Love on
What is it? Oh, you said Black Love. I don't watch it.
It's like a reality show with real people. I mean, the only reason why I probably kind of was not watching anymore because the whole Niecy Nash thing, because she was really on this show the season before she divorced and was claiming how much she was in love with her husband, and then 6 months later she's married to someone else, and I'm like, so, and if I was the people in Black Love, I would be pissed because all the other couples, they had like Kirk Franklin, Tamala, you know, all them.
Yeah.
Kev on stage, him and his wife is on there. And then you just divorce your husband after you just finished filming?
That's weird. So
like after you finish filming, that's what you want to do with my show? I want to definitely watch that. And there's another one I want to catch up. I don't know if you watch it. It's Ready to Love.
Yeah, I watched that.
You do? Okay, because I listen to the Steve Harvey Morning Show every morning, and Tommy always talking about it. I'm like, is Tommy really serious? Because he's a clown on the show.
Yeah, he's very serious on it.
Yeah.
This past season, I did not like the show. Oh yeah, he's serious.
Because on Steve Harvey Morning Show, he's a clown.
I know he does the prank calls and all that, but on Love and Marriage, on Ready to Love, he's very, very, very serious. Sometimes he goes off on people.
Really?
Oh yeah, he takes marriage and love seriously. But yeah, the first 2 seasons of the show was really good. This last season that they just showed that took place in Houston with them people, it was horrible.
And that's his hometown.
Yeah, well, they need to bring it back to Atlanta.
It was that bad.
It was. You'll see. If you watch the
Lord.
If you watch the other seasons and then watch that one,
you're gonna watch that because I'm like, I want to see if he can really be serious. I think that's the only reason why.
Yeah, binge watch it from the very first season. The second season was very scandalous.
It's not like when Ray J was looking for love, is it?
No, it's couples. It's a very classy show. It's like it starts off with the very first season talked about how there's a shortage of, in Atlanta, there's more women than men. And so I think on the first night they voted off women, and then it goes back and forth, but it gets narrowed down. But each episode, the ladies or the men are meeting together to vote off somebody on the show that isn't making a connection with anybody. They'll be like, well, this person isn't ready to love. Oh,
Oh, okay.
hey, Kenny.
Hey, Kenny.
But yeah, they'll be like, this person isn't ready to love. And so as the show goes on, it gets to the final three couples and it ends there. And then they usually have a reunion. But it's just a lot of scandal when you get to those couples. This past season,
Wow.
though, was just a mess. Like, I didn't like this past season. But the other two seasons I did like.
Okay, I have to watch it. I think I'm gonna watch it because I'm just trying to finish the Regina King movie and I can't get through it. So I think
I
that's.
wanna I guess did the Salt and Pepper movie premiere on
I'm
Lifetime?
watching that because Spinderella's not in it.
I was gonna watch.
Cinderella is a part of Salt and Pepper. That's like saying Jam Master Jay wasn't a part of Run DMC. That I don't
Mm-hmm.
even understand why. It even when I remember they had that reality show, and Pepper was saying that Spin is a part of it, and Salt kept saying no, she not.
Salt is the mean one, and she's
She
Christian, ain't
is.
she?
Salt is very
She's
nasty.
yeah.
Oh, I
So,
can't stand Salt.
but yeah, we got to review some of those, but we're gonna end it here, Kenny. We already done started, went through everything.
Drunk.
I'm not drunk yet. I almost want to get drunk, but I won't get up for work tomorrow if I.
I'm not. See, look, I look at my glass, and I refill, and I'm still all the way up here.
What is that?
So I had made it on my YouTube. It's the Irish punch I made. I don't know. I should have sent you the video. So
Yeah.
it's Jameson, triple stack, ginger ale, lime. What else did I add?
So are those limes floating in it or apples?
It's floating in it.
Oh, I don't know why I thought those were granny apples.
No, they're lime. I
They
don't,
look,
even though it's my own cup, I don't like digging in drinks, so I won't pull it out. But
uh,
it's lime. Yeah, I had made it on my YouTube for the Conor McGregor fight, well, before he got knocked out. So I made it. It's called Irish Punch. I just made a name up for it. It was just some Irish whiskey. But yeah, so I just made one now.
oh yes, I have to try it then. All I'll be drinking is Bacardi and cranberry with my
I
little
can't
straw.
drink Bacardi. I had made Bacardi with rum punch, and I lied to you not. So I made a rum punch a couple weeks ago. Everyone else usually up at a certain time. We was knocked out for like 3 hours the next morning. It was, thank goodness it was a Saturday. We didn't have to work. But
I,
everyone was asleep. Like we were knocked out because we were just drinking a rum punch with the Bacardi.
yeah,
Well,
see, I
actually,
can
I
drink
had the rum in it.
Bacardi. The Hennessy, when I drank that the other night, that was too much. So I guess I can't do
No
the Hennessy
honey, no
anymore.
honey. So we'll be drinking Saturday, Friday. I
Friday.
tried my
Are
best.
you gonna be on the show Friday?
So I will try my very best to be on. I know Bert will be on. When you send me the link, I'm going to make sure he gets it because it is Lions Den, a source for the men.
Mhm.
But I will try because I do have to go to Philadelphia for a funeral. But I will try my hardest to be on. But I don't want to be on with pitch black with a car. They're gonna be like, "What the heck is that?" I'm just talking in the dark. But if you're okay with that, I will talk from the dark. They don't have
No,
to see me. I can
no, you
give
don't
my
have.
opinion.
I'll have Lashida on if we're still on when you get
Okay.
home. Definitely join, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
see.
Bert will be on as one of the men.
So Bert, Kenny. I'm gonna see if my husband will probably be on because he's off. Who else? I wanted another. Oh, I was gonna ask Freddie and this other guy who's on. His nephew Terry. Is it Terry?
Yeah. Wasn't he on last Saturday with y'all?
Yes.
I was gonna come on, but we was watching American Skin,
Oh.
and we couldn't turn that off. I was like, "Woo, get on! I can't turn this movie off. It's getting good."
I have to watch it because that's the one where he gets revenge.
I don't think. So I'm gonna just say this about the movie. I think not just black people, white people, Hispanic people need to really watch this because they touch on 3 different races,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of got a different perspective on a lot of things watching that movie. So I recommend that movie for everyone. If you don't want to pay for Amazon, because I think you have to pay for that. If you have a Fire Stick and have cinema, it's free on there. But I definitely would recommend everyone really watching that because it was an eye opener.
Mm-hmm.
It was an eye opener, especially when we both have sons. It
Mm-hmm.
was
Yeah.
an eye opener for people that have sons and black sons. And it wasn't just about black sons. So it was an eye opener.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm definitely gonna have to catch it. But thank you for joining me tonight.
You're welcome. I'm gonna send my story time to you one day.
Yes, I need to think of another story time. I have one, but I can't.
I'm gonna do mine, and then I'll just send it to you, and then you can add it. It's gonna be. I'm gonna do a 2-parter probably because I can't get it all out in one.
Well, all right. I can't wait to hear it then. But we're gonna sign off now. I hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure you comment, like, share, and subscribe to the Candy Shop. Bye.